WITSON.
This frame here is going into an Audi A3 today. It is the one before you go to the top screen on top of the dash, so it's that version of the car. As you can see, this frame does stick out slightly on here, but this system is available for quite a lot of cars that comes with the frame. So we're just going to speak about the Audi A3 today. Okay, so this is the actual home page. It is our first install on this, and we are still getting to familiarise ourselves with the actual system itself. So obviously you will probably find a few videos coming later down the line with a bit more detail in terms of explanation of what things get done on the system and how it acts and looks and stuff like that. So I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of what we've had a little play around with today, and just to show you basically how quick and responsive it is, some little extras that you get on there over the other series of systems we sell in the pages. So obviously you can get 4 series of systems, 4 series of screens. This is our Style 4. It goes with 2K resolution, which you will see the difference. I'll make a note on that 2K resolution there. I'll just show you what the quality of the imagery on the screen is for videos. It is immense. We've just had a brief go of it, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So just bear with me. Let me try and find the video player, which is that one there. So let me just go back to the beginning. Just work with the steering wheel controls, which I'm just going to hide up in the background. As you can see there, the system does come with an octa-core processor. Let me just lower that down a second. And I think it starts off at 464 gig of RAM, but you can increase that well up into the 256 series. I'll just show you how quick and responsive it is. See, there's no buffer in there whatsoever. As you can see, the video is look at the quality on that guy. It's lovely, isn't it? Say it's probably what you'd expect if you're paying a few bob for these TVs at home. You can see. So yes, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to go back into the home page here. These apps down here are just basically recently displayed ones that we've played. So obviously, if you have any recent apps that you've played around, you will go into this here and remember the last 4 apps. This section down below is on an automatic scrolling. You can stop that if you want, just by changing it in the settings, which is, let me have a little look, next page. You can turn off the automatic scrolling. You can also change the colour of this car down here if you want. See in the corner. Don't ask me why, but it spins around with your finger, so kids might want that anyway. Okay, so this here is just a couple of shortcuts which you can program yourself. Obviously Bluetooth car link, which is the CarPlay and the Android Auto. So it's just going to connect to my phone now. So this is the CarPlay interface, because I'm using an Apple phone today. Android Auto will obviously give its own interface, but pretty much do the same thing in terms of brings over your maps, your text messaging apps, music apps, stuff like that. As you can see, I've got my Talk Sport tuning radio. It's just me DAB radio, a couple of messenger apps there. There's my SoundCloud, which is pretty on par with Spotify, to be honest with you. BBC Sounds. There's my maps. There's the Apple Maps there. And if I go show you this one, which is my Google Maps, this is just all what's on my phone, to be honest with you, so it's brought it over. So also you'll have your Siri support with it too. So obviously you can speak to it, or your Google Assist if you want to play with an Android phone. Just going back to here. This section here, we always found a little bit odd because we couldn't find the radio interface, but it's all in here. So obviously this is the MP3 player here. So obviously you could just choose the MP3 player to show you playing Ollie Murs. This one here is your normal radio app, which is FM AM radio. This one's your Bluetooth streaming, so if you connect your phone to Bluetooth, you can stream your music through it. And this one is a really nice addition, this one here, which is the online DAB interface. So basically it's got a DAB app already built into it for you, but you do need to give it an internet connection. Just to show you what it looks like, let me just 1 second, play. This is one thing where I'm trying to get new guys. This is a new system, so I'm still trying to familiarise myself with it. So there's a way of getting the main interface. Let's have a look. Come on, there you go. So this is your, which is going back to the DAB app, which I was showing before. Just put the music up. So obviously you've got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons, loads and loads and loads of different DAB apps you can play. But as I say, you can see this, it's saying now the network is abnormal. It's only reason because it needs an internet connection. But look at all these. loads of different DAB apps from around the world, America, Canada. Let's have a look. See, it's loads. See how quick and all it is, nice and responsive. So these seem to be all like American and Canada apps here. I'm sure if you have a good route you'll be able to find a load more. Let's have a look at this. What's this say? List. Area. Yeah, so I'm sure you'll probably be able to add another area on there, like Europe or something like that. But obviously, as I say, you'll have to forgive us because I'll bring it to you in the next few videos once we've had a bit more time to play around with the car. So okay, so just going back onto just showing you what the large interface looks like. That's your radio interface. As I said, that's your USB. That's music streaming through your phone, and also there's your DSP sound processor application there, which basically, if you're into your speakers, subs, amps and stuff like that, you can customize all these here. So 1 second, my phone's going a little bit crazy in the background. I think obviously I said Siri before, didn't I? Okay, so going across to here, it says MPH here. You can also change it to KPH if you want through the settings, which is, let's have a little look. There's your settings apps on here. Oh, you'll have to, honest to God, guys, I just need to learn this screen a bit more, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the application side here, which will just show you all the apps that are pretty much built into the firmware. If you download any apps from the Play Store, then obviously it would download onto here. That's an app store that's on there, but you've also got your normal Play Store here, which is obviously what you'd expect here, Google Play. So that's where you download your apps. Don't be worried if you've got an Apple phone. Apple phones will work totally fine to it. Android's just the OS where you download apps to. Your Apple phone will totally be fine for Wi-Fi tethering, Bluetooth music streaming, phone calls, CarPlay, etc, etc. Aux here, so that's basically an app for if you're adding anything into the auxiliary in. So obviously things like TV boxes and stuff like that you can add through there. Bluetooth, that's your Bluetooth interface there. As I say, it's if you're using the CarPlay app, then you don't need to use that until you're just actually connecting to it. You got Chrome here, which is basically just a browser which you browse your internet for, stuff like that. This control here, this applies to cars which come with an analog CAN bus, which basically means all of the signaling for the steering wheel control goes through resistance in the wiring. This particular car comes with a digital CAN bus box, so there's no need to use that app there. DSP sound processor, showed you that before. File manager, okay, so if you know, you know. If you don't know, obviously it's a bit complicated to explain, but people like to put apps on here which are not in the Play Store, like the IPTV. Then you can do it through this app here. Gallery, Google, self-explanatory. There you go. Google Maps there. There's your media, which is USB. You can also put your films and your music onto a pen drive and play it through one of the USB cables of the system. It does come with a USB-C cable and also an adapter convert over to your normal standard size one, which you normally would expect from years ago. This recorder here is a DVR application, but again, we sell a different type of DVR camera, and it comes with its own application, so you'll find that's probably redundant. This one here, not really had a little play into it, to be honest with you, but obviously it looks like it records some of your driving data. Settings, I'll show you that in a moment. So your car vehicle settings just shows a little bit of CAN bus support on here. It's neither here nor there because you can always get it from the car's speedometer and stuff like that. Video player, showed you before. Let me just have a little look at that again just to show you how amazing it is. You can see all the little fairly short hairs on the woman's face there, that's how clear it is. Maybe she needs a shave. And then obviously you can have picture in picture, so you can move that round here if you want. As you can see, it's nice and responsive, there's no lag on it whatsoever. So I'll put that one there. Voice search, so this is a Google app which basically if you want to do any Google searching for, say you want to go to Liverpool, then obviously you can speak through there. Again, needs an internet connection. YouTube, again on there. Also, just let me go back to this one here. So this app here, which you'll probably notice is fixed in a couple of a series we sell, it's fixed so you can't do anything with it, but you can on this one here. So it's like an uploaded app, so you can put your YouTube on your little app there if you wanted to, or you could basically put another application which is compatible with it. I mean, any ones that you download, like God, what's it, I don't know, another YouTube type app sort of thing would go into there if you downloaded it. You could do that too. And the last one is just the old boring fuddy-duddy back end settings on the Android, where obviously it is all your wireless connections and how you connect your SIM cards to it, hotspot tethering, GPS information, the tweet satellites. Now we are under the roof here, but still getting a good signal. This one here, so you can change a few of the lantern settings, which is basically, oh look, 1 second. Yeah, so that pretty much applies to the LED lights on there, which you've told people. Let's have a little look at this here. Password, if you ever need to get into it, is 3368. Not much in there, to be honest with you. Like touchscreen calibration and settings for the reverse camera and stuff like that. And just let's go back out to here, wide settings. Just basically, what's that one? Don't know what that is there, to be honest with you. Car type, you don't need to change that. That applies to the car's CAN bus. You don't need to change that. Should be preset already before you get it. But some information changing things, or self-adjust from Fahrenheit and reverse trajectory switch and stuff like that. You can play around with this here and change your back settings here like this if you wish. Classic black, or you can customize it yourself if you want, so you can do that.
WITSON